What is going on, guys? This is Miasin and welcome to my Cyber Dragon Trap deck profile featuring this ridiculous broken card. Oh my god, Clockwork Knight, I swear to god. The employee that actually came up with this card is my favorite human on earth. It actually makes no sense. This card really boosted Cyber Dragons, and it's practically what we wanted for, you know, a continuous spell or a field spell. Doesn't change that much for like the longest time. And you know what? I'm actually ready to say I'm glad this is a continuous spell because it makes it so it doesn't conflict with a field spell. You can have both at the same time. So the Theron field spell and this continuous spell. Whereas if it was a field spell, you would have to choose only one at a time. So this is literally perfect for us. So Konami thought about everything just to make us happy. Anyway, since you're probably happy, since I'm happy, why not make me even happier by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and trying to get this video to 1,000 likes because I will be making a beautiful live stream on this broken deck as soon as we hit 1,000 likes. And now let's jump right into the explanation. So as you can clearly tell, this is a trap-heavy Cyber Dragon deck that is featuring a lot of, well, not even that many trap cards for a trap-heavy build. It's actually very aggressive, and it's super consistent because you're cutting out all the unnecessary bricks in order to play more consistency cards or cards that allow you to survive for longer, such as, I don't know, like trap cards that can 1-for-3 your opponent sometimes. Rivalry is like a really good card in Cyber Dragon overall, and when you have a Rivalry and a card that changes the type of your opponent's monsters, it actually kind of acts very similarly to Rivalry in Zombie World, which means that your opponent can only have like one monster on the field. Absolutely filthy. But anyways, so where I'm playing 2 Lord of the Heavenly Prison, this card is pretty good. It can actually get your engine started if you flip any trap card and then you can summon it from the hand and then set your Cyber Emergency. Or if you already have your Cyber Dragon engine, then you can get some actual trap cards. And that way you can interrupt your opponent even more. But yeah, this protects you from Duster, Lightning Storm, Twin Twister, etc. So overall, very good card because it's also a consistency card. But if I'm main decking 3, it might start being a little bad because I might draw way too many. So I'm playing 2 because I want the options with Pot of Prosperity, but not necessarily 3 because drawing multiples means I lose, and drawing 1 doesn't necessarily mean I win. Now, 2 Regulus and 2 field spells, they don't really get anything started on their own. You always need like another Cyber Dragon monster that you can get into the graveyard in order to summon that Regulus, but obviously this card is massive pressure for absolutely everyone, so very fantastic card. And obviously Cyber Dragon, only the one of, because we're not playing the Machine Dupe build. Like I said, we're trying to go for consistency instead of power. Very important. And triple core, triple emergency, obviously. The one dry because we want to have some form of access to Cyber Dragon Infinity without having to play the brick Galaxy Soldier. If we play Galaxy Soldier, we have to make our deck inherently worse because that forces us to play 3 Hertz. And if you end the Cyber Repair Plant, which are not consistency cards, because if you have a Repair Plant with no way of getting a Cyber Dragon in the grave, you can't use the card. It just sits there in your hand doing nothing. Trust me, I have like billions of years of experience with this deck, so I know what I'm talking about. I've seen the worst hands ever with this deck. My worst hand actually was going second, drawing triple Cyber Dragon and triple Machine Dupe. It happened to me once. But yeah, double Hertz is way more than enough because it's like the kind of card that 1 isn't enough, but 3 is like way too much. So you're like, you know what, 2 is like the perfect middle ground. And it's like the same explanation, honestly, behind like every other 2 of. So when you feel like 1 is just way too random, and yeah, the 1 dry because it's searchable, and 1 extra because you're never trying to draw this like under any circumstance. You're just trying to special summon this from your deck with core, or search it with emergency in like the grind game when you're gonna kill your opponent and revive back the rampage anyways. Alright, cool. So for the spell cards, obviously triple emergency, that's a given. Triple Pot of Prosperity, consistency card. You can banish 6 now because there are a lot of cards that you just don't need, like all the Xyz monsters, like Surplus, Mega Fleet, your Link monsters, whatever, who cares? We don't need them. We're fine without them, so Pot of Prosperity can definitely resolve for 6 now, which was not the case back in the days because your extra deck was super important, and you couldn't play at all without a big number of cards. So back then we had to Prosperity for 3, which meant that if you weren't excavating Cyber Dragon Core, your deck was just breaking too much, but fortunately that actually changed. Cyberload Fusion, no Overload Fusion because Verte is banned, so that's just not really worth it. And of course, 3 copies of Clockwork Knight. Fun fact, this card can actually search Regulus, so that's absolute insanity. And this card is the reason why Chimeric Fortress Dragon is a 3, so if you don't already know what Clockwork Knight does, basically a continuous spell version of DNA Surgery, but for machines. And then your machines gain 500 attack and defense, your opponent's machines they lose 500 attack and defense, and in the graveyard you can banish it, discard 1 card, and then search an Earth Machine from your deck to your hand, and Regulus is an Earth Machine, so that's the reason why there's synergy absolutely everywhere. There's synergy with Regulus, and there's synergy with Cyber Dragon because you can contact Fuse for every single monster your opponent controls, every single turn for Fortress, and that's the reason why I think going second, this deck might be the best deck, like absolutely ever. You don't need hand traps in this deck at all because you're inherently breaking your opponent's board, but I guess I wanted to play Imperm because it's also like, even outside of the fact that it's a hand trap, it can negate spells and traps and stuff like that, and honestly, I really couldn't think of like anything else that would be better. I don't know, if you have like a better idea, please let me know, but obviously sometimes you're not drawing Clockwork Knight, so breaking boards might be a little more difficult, but it is what it is. Still a decent card, and it's not once per turn. Like I said, you can excavate it off of Prosperity and then negate a card and then keep playing. Well, start playing, rather. 3 Ice Dragon's Prison could be anything else, honestly. Just a good trap card that doesn't suck going first and or second, because this deck is still trying to go second, but it's actually pretty good going first. If you force me to go first, at least I can actually play the game. Triple Overflow, obviously, with Unending Nightmare. This card is overpowered. Oh my god. In Cyber Dragon, this is probably one of the best cards in the deck because every time you use Overflow, you chain Unending to pop your own Overflow. So you pop cards your opponent controls with the Overflow, but then the Overflow triggers to search a Cyber Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand, and you always have gas going. So yeah, very, very freaking sick card. Triple Rivalry for obvious reasons, but this could be in the side deck, so yeah, I guess Ice Dragon's Prison, Imperm, and Rivalry could kind of be slightly different, and Solemn Strike is ridiculously overpowered. It makes no sense. Unfair going second because you can go Overflow, your opponent goes like negate with a card, and then you chain strike and your opponent can't respond, so you destroy other cards with Overflow because it doesn't target, and your opponent lost like everything and you only needed 2 cards. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Always play 40 cards in Cyber Dragon because the deck is a little inconsistent, so you want to have a super small deck. Oh my god. And for the extra deck, well, yeah, words taken out of context. No, I said deck, okay? For the extra deck, I'm playing triple Mega Fleet, triple Fortress. The Mega Fleet can be played at 2 or even 1 at this point, but the Fortress definitely has to be played at 3 because this card makes it so you will abuse Fortress left and right. Only 1 Rampage because the only way to make it would be with Cyberload, but theoretically, you could say if Cyber Dragon Nova gets sent to your opponent, by your opponent in your possession, you can summon a Machine Fusion, except like these cards, I believe, or something like that, I don't know, but you might be, no, they must first be special summoned for, never mind. So you could either summon Rampage or invoke Merkaba or whatever, doesn't matter, but your opponent will have to be stupid and like Solemn Strike the Cyber Dragon Nova, which is super incorrect. Just hold your Solemn Strike for infinity. Anyways, Zeus Dingirsu, because you can make Dingirsu using Regulus and Cameratech Fortress Dragon, just conveniently happens to be a level 8 monster, by the way, and it's a machine, so even if you're locked under the Nextra lock of machines only, you can still make Dingirsu and it's overall broken. And Zeus is also a machine. Oh, happy Land City. Can I even ask for more? Oh my god. Anyways, we're also playing the Cyber Dragon Seeger, Lina, El Mirage, because if you draw, let's say, Core and Regulus, you want to go normal summon Core, search something, and then make the El Mirage, and then equip it back with the Regulus, so that way you have your Omni Negate, and finally relinquish Tanima, because Cyber Dragon Hurts can absorb monsters, and you can break boards like that. And for the idea section, I'm going to go over it really quick, so Nibiru, another Regulus if you want to, because it's easily searchable with a Field Spell and Clockwork Knight, but it might become a little bricky if you draw like 10 cards that get you to Regulus, and the Pancratops is broken going second, obviously. Lancia is interesting if you're scared of evenly matched going first, and just over, like, opponent's deck being annoying. Why are these cards here? Puzzle Mino is actually pretty interesting. Lightning Storm, Duster, Evenly, Punishment, Crackdown, and Goes in Match. So, very, very freaking sick deck. I'm a huge fan of Cyber Dragon. As you can clearly tell, it's my favorite deck, and I have a YCS top 8 with this deck, so yes, I'll never forget what I was able to do with my boys. But that's pretty much all I had to say for this video. Let me know your thoughts on about the deck in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.